About to go watch Avatar, The Way of Water People. And for being honest, Avatar is just white people turn black with blue, all right?
Indigenous activists are calling for the boycott of Avatar: The Way of Water. Some say the film series appropriates Lakota culture and whitewashes colonialism.
What white supremacy does is it whitewashes history in order to make people feel good about themselves and to justify the status quo. And for Native Americans, at least, the biggest problem facing Native Americans in the United States today is invisibility. We're not viewed as an integral part or even an existing part of modern society.
In 2009, the film Avatar told the story of Jake, a white American soldier who overcomes his limitations in the human world to become the white savior in a savage one. Director James Cameron described the film's plot as a sci-fi reimagining of Western colonization. His past comments have resurfaced ahead of the sequel's premiere, causing backlash.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about some woke revolutionary backlash against Hollyweird that truly is just ridiculous. You know, there are some criticisms of Hollyweird that I think are appropriate, 100% appropriate, right? Like, for example, when they want to try to make everything about, you know, LGBTQ, racism, sexism, basically when they try to woke virtue signal. Okay, I think those criticisms are legitimate, right? Because Hollyweird has run out of creativity, right? So they default to trying to lecture people on societal issues, mainly politics, right? Rather than actually trying to tell a good story, okay? In which you have some of those elements there, but it is not in your face, right? It's not in your face. And then you have criticism of Hollyweird that comes from the left that I find to be absolutely ridiculous. Like accusations of racism and cultural appropriation, which is what is happening to this new Avatar 2 film that has come out, in which you have people that are crying foul because they're saying that the blue aliens in this movie, they are being colonized by white people, right? This movie is telling a story about basically colonization. It's an allusion to European colonialism. And this has basically sparked some wild takes, some really wild takes, some ass pulls, right? That, you know, I mean, it's just like, it's expected, right? It's not even a surprise. But to me, it's kind of sad that people can't sit down and watch a movie without having to think this deeply about the movie, right? And what the movie may or may not be alluding to the point where, again, they can't even enjoy their lives. It's really sad to think about. However, we have one woke film critic here that actually locked down their Twitter account after being mocked for saying white people portraying blue aliens in the Avatar movie is cultural appropriation. Now, the accusations here are that, well, the people that are playing the blue aliens are white, right? Or some of the people are white. I actually think this movie has a pretty diverse cast, but the people that are playing the blue aliens are white, so therefore, this is cultural appropriation. They have the wrong actors playing these characters. Again, this is one of the silliest takes I've seen in my life. We're talking about blue aliens. We're not talking about actual real indigenous people or black people or brown people, Asian, whatever you want to call it. We're not talking about that, right? We're talking about blue aliens. And this is how far these people are taking this. And this film critic got mocked into basically locking down her Twitter account, making it private, and she deserved it, right? She really deserved it for this wild take. So let's talk about it. A film and television critic was mercilessly mocked for claiming white people portraying blue aliens is the newest Avatar movie were guilty of culturally appropriating people of color. Kathia Woods, a writer for the Philadelphia Tribune, was eventually forced to lock down her account and make all her tweets private. Quote, at some point, we got to talk about the cultural appropriation of Avatar, and white actors are cosplaying as POC. Wrote Woods on Twitter, quote, it's just a mess and so not necessary and no amount of visual effects. GCI is going to erase that. I mean, I think she meant CGI. Bad lace fronts, dry synthetic braids. Jesus, fix it. Okay, there's multiple issues that I have here. Again, this is what happens when you take the term people of color way too far, right? You take it way too far. They take it so literal that they even extend that to blue-skinned aliens. And if you're taking it that literal, would white people not classify as people of color? Because white is a color too, right? But I knew this whole POC thing was a joke. when, again, they started saying that Asians, Chinese folks, Japanese folks, Asian people with pale skin, those people are people of color, but white people are not, even though they effectively have the same skin color. That tells you everything that you need to know about what the term POC means. It just means non-European white, right? That's basically what it means. Non-European white. That's what it means. This right here is just comical. This right here is comedy at this point. I don't do these videos because I legitimately care about what these people say. I do it for comedy, right? I do it because these people deserve to be mocked. Woods brazenly associated the blue-haired, blue-collar aliens in the fantasy movie with the, quote, people of color, and many social media responded with scorn and ridicule. Again, I wonder where she thinks we're going to hire these blue-skinned people, right? How are we going to get some blue-skinned actors? Because to me, right, I mean, these people are unique. These are blue-collar aliens. That means we only should hire blue-skinned aliens to play these roles. Otherwise, even if a black person was playing it, or an Asian person, or a Native American, or Hispanic, or whatever, right? Regardless of who playing it, that is cultural appropriation, because you're appropriating somebody else's culture. These blue-skinned aliens have a unique culture, and we only can get blue-skinned aliens to play them, or else it is cultural appropriation. Quote, at some point, we got to talk about how wokeness and people like Kathia Woods are ruining the entertainment industry with takes like this. People so bitter they can't enjoy a fantasy film and its message. Americans and their rabid race politics infecting the Western world. Read one response. Facts. Quote, hey, Kathia Woods, you are a straight up clown. That ish that comes from liberal brains is astounding. I pity you people, responded another critic. Quote, come on, you must know this is ridiculous, right? It's a sci-fi movie. We know the inspiration behind it, but it doesn't represent them. These are supposed to be blue aliens, nothing more, nothing less. Read another reply. Not everyone disagreed completely. Quote, I think the offense over cultural appropriation way overboard in general, but it's also okay to point out that this is creatively bankrupt and using a hack-pastic of native culture aesthetics to hammer home an already ham-handed allegory about colonialism feels exploitative, said Noah Blum. So even when you're trying not to be woke, right, this is still a pretty woke take. Okay, I mean, I can get how you can say, it is allegory or allusion or whatever to colonialism, but to me, I don't think that it is inherently exploitative, right? I don't think it is inherently bad. It's just a movie, bruh, right? It ain't that serious, right? It's really not that serious. It's just a movie. Others pointed out apparent hypocrisy in decrying white cultural appropriation of blue aliens while previously praising the reinvention of the character of Superman, another alien, as a black man. Woods blocked at least one person for saying so. Woods also wrote for BuzzFeed and started her own website focused on covering black, African-American, Latinx, and female filmmakers / television producers. Yeah, so there's no surprise here. She's totally fine with Superman being black, okay, basically culturally appropriating a traditionally white role, right, putting a black person in that role. But for whatever reason, blue-skinned aliens, though, being played by white people, which I don't think that all of them are played by white people. I think, again, the cast is actually pretty diverse, but we all know what diversity actually means to the left. It doesn't actually mean diversity in the sense that you have all colors there. It actually means no whites, okay, which is what diversity means to them. It just means no white people, right? Again, you see what they actually want here, right? They don't actually care about real diversity and inclusion. What they actually really care about is power and making sure that there's little white people as possible represented in these movies. Okay, they'd be totally happy if there was an all-black movie. There's an all-black movie. You will never hear about the lack of diversity in the movie. They will be praising it. Okay, they will be praising it as, something revolutionary, something worth noting. But again, when you have white people just do something as simple as just play aliens, right? Again, apparently that's a problem. Again, I would love to ask this person, where does she think we're going to find the blue-skinned aliens to play these people so that nobody is appropriating their culture? Quote, Avatar: The Way of Water is a sequel to the 2009 blockbuster, both directed by James Cameron. The newest film garnered $134 million in domestic theater sales and $300.5 million in international ticket sales on its opening weekend. Yeah, so we'll see how successful this movie will be. I definitely probably will not see it. But, hey, there's some people who do want to see it and do want to watch it. And it'd be nice if the woke revolutionaries can pipe down about it being about colonialism and it being whitewashed and all types of other stuff. Just enjoy the movie, right? Just enjoy the movie for what it is. But the hilarious part is that this movie is getting this woke backlash, even though the director himself, James Cameron, recently came out and made a comment about how testosterone is toxic, right? So this guy is woke, okay? He probably tried to make the movie woke, and he's still getting criticisms that is not woke enough. Again, you can never satisfy these people. They can never be satisfied. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.